there's nothing.
So you've never had a Jack? You've never had a Grindr?
I've had a Jack, but I don't use it for that. Like I met my best friend on Grindr.
No one does. You didn't hear? No one uses it for that.
I don't mind.
No one.
Like, but the thing is, for people to be honest about what they do, they have to be this, and that's not everybody. You can be honest about yourself and not be this.
Is this really going on?
I'm just saying. Like you can. I mean, it is what it is. You can use it for whatever, but you don't. That doesn't have to be your truth. Your truth is your truth. Please own it. I'm gonna own mine. That's what it is. So yes, I've had a Jack. I don't have a problem with saying it.
You still have a Jack now?
I don't. If I did, I would.
Okay.
It's not a problem.
Right.
On record, former stripper, and I've seen some of the guys that I used to dance with back in the day have come up and elevated to other things. I took a different path. I'm in the corporate professional field now, and they're still doing what they're doing, but they're, I would say, a step ahead of me as far as lifestyle. So it does kind of make me a little bit jealous and just wondering where would I have been if I would have stuck with what I was doing. But I mean, I look at the trade-off. Okay, I have a 401k, I have a savings, and they don't have that. So, I mean, in the long run, I'm pretty sure it's going to pay off.
Okay.
But for now, I mean, I'm still trying to get to where I want to be at. Like, it's going to take me a while, but I'm going to get there.
Okay. Would you guys say that jealousy is a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a great thing.
Really?
Personally, yes, because I think it shows you, well, it depends. In some situations, like in a relationship situation, I would almost kind of prefer my significant other to be jealous because it shows that they care and they're paying attention. Because, I mean, otherwise I can do something and if you're not jealous or you don't feel some kind of way, then you probably don't really care. So I think
I wouldn't.
it can be a positive side of jealousy. No, because like right now, like I'm in a relationship and like he doesn't get jealous. Like as soon as you understand each other. But I think there can be a positive side of jealousy.
Right. I think it do kind of make you step your game up a little bit.
Yeah,
that would be the positive side to jealousy.
It can be healthy.
It's
I would
a
say what
natural
now?
emotion.
You say what?
It's how you direct your energy. Like use it. If you use it constructively, like if you say he's living better than me, how can I get like that? And then you say, okay, I want to apply myself and work harder. And that way, yes, jealousy works. But if you just jealous and you're mad at the world, you got in your face because this bitch is doing something you not. I mean, girl, pop the volume and get with life, girl, because you need to do something better. Like,
I think it definitely, it definitely
it should motivate you.
all depends on how you make it manifest. It's okay to be. I think that at times it's okay to be jealous, but make sure you use that energy to something, as you said, something constructive, because if it destroys you, that shows that you're very insecure. You're a very insecure individual if you let jealousy control your life.
You have to allow it to encourage you. As long as that jealousy doesn't turn into envy, that's when you're starting to get into the lane where you lose friendships and you're starting to separate from each other. So jealousy can be healthy. Just once you get yourself start feeling that envy in you, that's when you know it's time to stop.
I can't say that if I'm with someone and they're not jealous of me or doing whatever it is I'm doing, or maybe like get jealous talking with someone, that means that they don't like me as much.
No,
that's not what you were trying to say, right?
No. So I'll give you a situation.
Okay.
So my guy, he knows that I'm a flirt or whatever. So I mean, there's situations where like he doesn't get jealous, but if I maybe like go a little bit too far, he'll be like, yeah, I was a little bit jealous. What is he doing over there? But I mean, I'm not. It's real and it's an emotion. And if you express an emotion, it's totally okay to be jealous. I don't think there's a problem with being jealous. I think obviously in some situations you wouldn't want your other person like, well, he shouldn't be making you jealous. Like, your boyfriend's bad, yada yada. But at the same time, I mean, if you feel it, it's real. So I think, I don't know, I'm big on emotions.
Okay.
When I look at jealousy in a relationship, to be honest, I'd much rather have the respect. Now, I'm a flirt as well. My husband knows that. Right. Now, when we're out and about together, I would never try to flirt in front of him because that's showing my lack of respect for my man. But, you know, if there's a situation where he sees that somebody's trying to talk to me outside of, you know, the workplace or trying to talk to me in that way, first of all, I let him know, especially if he doesn't know. Second of all, he'll show that, oh, so he likes you, okay. But he has the respect and he knows that there's nothing that's going to take me away from him.
Right.
If that respect and trust is there, I'd rather, to be honest, I'd rather not see the jealousy. I just kind of think that's a little petty. Just a little.
I wouldn't say that I get jealous. I just get observant. Like if I see a red flag, I pay attention. That's pretty much how I am.
Okay, so you write a mental note down, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, I see
You
how
know, and
you
I
like
just
it.
see how you react. Like if somebody flirting with you, that's fine. It just shows that I have good taste. And I, you know, you're
Right,
attracted.
right. Because
But you know, if I see that you just a little too chummy, that's when I'm like, okay, clock, what's that about? You know?
I believe that if you do find someone to be attractive and you go after them, that you're not the only one in the world that's going to find that person
Right.
attractive and try to go after them. So it would only make sense. We are here at Labor Day weekend, and I've gone to a lot of events, and I've seen how people like to separate themselves in their cliques. The next topic that I want to talk about is being nervous to speak to people. Who here is nervous and cannot speak to people,
Tattoos.
and
I
why?
hate
Strangers
speaking.
or
I hate white
Just in general.
Like
I
if
mean,
you find them attractive or just in,
No, in
like
general.
in general.
In general.
In general.
I think that's.
I'm very like I get anxiety with it, so
So you can't talk to people.
like I can't like if it's in a crowd setting, like I'll jump in when I feel comfortable, but like just if I see somebody cross the room, I probably wouldn't approach them. I'm just very shy in that way.
Okay. Go ahead, Jess.
I just think there's something that we are, gay men, are very critiquish when it comes to stuff. So I feel like some of us be like scared to even speak. Yes, I get that all the time. Like
You'll just leave a party and they'll like fucking hit you up on Jack.
that's it's quite
But
sad.
just stop me. I
Yeah,
mean,
I feel like that's why we have to have apps like Jack, Grindr, BGC, Craigslist, all that type of stuff, because we're too scared to say, look, I find you attractive.
like that's
If I do that, you might consider that a start.
and we really don't have to. 'cause
People act
actually
funny
accept
too,
that.
though.
Yeah,
Like,
they
people,
do.
You will see somebody like I go to the gym and I see somebody at the gym, and you know we might nod our head, or we might say, oh, you know, hi, how are you? But then if you ever see them out and you speak, they act like they don't know you.
That's
They
one
like you're
thing.
crazy.
That's one thing. I think it's one thing to be like, as you said, kind of nervous, anxiety about approaching other people, but it's another thing to think your ass is like a part of this exclusive thing. Girl, you're rent and still doing the first. If you do pay rent, and if you don't, right?
So you're not the nervous type.
Yeah, he
Right,
said all
clearly,
that.
right. Clearly I'm not,
No,
right.
not really. But I do understand people having kind of anxiety about approaching other people. I understand that. But when you think you're exclusive or something like that, that's when I think it hurts the community, because we can all learn from each other.
But to
Right.
be honest, approaching somebody feels so good. It's like one of the most liberating feelings ever. Like I'm 5'4". The first dude I ever approached was like 6'2", like in the military. He was buff. He looked like a fucking like toy figure or something like that. I mean, he was buff as fuck, and I
And that
still,
probably
you
did a
know,
lot
I
for
whispered
him
something
to
in
do
his
that.
ear. You know, I made moves and stuff like that. And oh my gosh, it felt so good. It made me feel like the aggressor, which I was. And I mean, that was fun.
You going down memory lane,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I hope y'all don't mind.
Yeah,
It's
no,
private.
You want to say something?
Say,
From Seattle.
the biggest issue with approaching men is that fear of rejection. I think a lot of us deal with that.
But I think that has a lot to do with the fact that we're so cliquish, and if you're if you're not America's Next Top Model, you can't come to our group.
Trying to be.
If we don't know you, know new friends type of thing, or trying to be, right? We have a lot of people that try it. But yesterday I saw this muscle bound, aesthetically, like physically beautiful guy, and I was like, oh, he's cute. I should say something. But you know, it's that one thing you never, like you say, you don't want to be denied or be like, nah, I'm good or whatever. But I actually went up to him, I spoke to him, got his number, we drank, and it was nice. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to talk about this because I think we all have had these moments where we've been nervous and we see someone across the room and we don't want to say anything, or we see a group of people that look like they're cool, they look like they're having a good time. You go to the club, you're by yourself. I want to have a good time too. Can I go over there and say hi? Would you be that person that would go over there to the group and say hi?
I have to have a good conversation with myself. I have to get myself, I want to talk to them. I want to talk to them. I'm going over there. The night's almost over. I'm going. I eventually get over there. I have to psych myself up and be like, just hold my balls and just go.
See, I'm an introvert, and so whenever I'm out with my sister, she's in my ear and she's like, well, go talk to him. I'll say like, ooh, he's cute. But I'm the nervous type. I'm the shy type that won't actually approach someone. So like that's my wing girl right there. So because she if you ever out with her, you will never know that she might be nervous to approach someone. But she gives me that encouragement to kind of do that, and I've never regretted it. So
I feel like this is a small scale version of what we deal with in everyday life, which is the fear of failure. You know what I mean? So I feel like if we're able to deal with this on a small level, it will eventually, grow out to bigger things, like taking risks that will pay.
And doing it on a professional level too, like, there's this job that you've been dying to get, and people get nervous with trying to, apply for that job and go to the interview and stuff like that. Do you guys get nervous before your interviews?
All the time.
A little bit. Yeah.
All the time.
But I don't show them.
But you kill it. Okay.
I don't think you should get nervous like before interviews and stuff, because the employer can obviously sense it.
Okay.
You walk in, like I always do, I walk in, I'm confident, I'm secure, I'm like, I know I got this. So if they ask me a question, I answer as if I already have a position.
Yeah,
no question about it. So
right.
Usually if I go ahead and do that, then I have. Sorry. There's a bug like mating on her shoulder.
My shoulder! Look at it! Kill it, please!
What's some insight on that? For a living, I do human resources, so I pretty much know within the first 5 minutes if I like you and if I'm going to consider you for the position.
All right.
I would say the first 5 minutes are the most crucial. How you introduce yourself.
First impressions.
The first question that you ask. When I ask you, so tell me about yourself. I don't want to hear anything personal. I want to know what you've accomplished.
Okay. All right. So
but don't be cocky. But still incorporate your personality into it. But tell me how you think you'd be fit for what I'm doing.
Okay. What you was gonna say, Justin? You get nervous all the time?
No, absolutely not. But I was just saying, like, that's the same thing as when you, I don't even know what I would say. Like when people say, well, I'm not ready for a relationship, I don't know yet if I'm interested. Yes, you do. Yes, the hell you do. It does not take 5 minutes to talk. You know if you want to be in a relationship with people, you want to screw, or you want to be friends. So I feel like some folks are full of shit when I talk stuff like that. Yeah, it is a cop out.
Are men afraid of love?
No, I just feel like they got options.
Commitment. You said too many options.
They got options and issues.
Options.
Come through.
Okay.
But everybody has options and issues. Straight, gay, straight, whatever.
Yeah. So elaborate
that is
on
everybody,
options and issues. What does that mean exactly?
I mean, it's just like when they in it with somebody, they always feel like, well, I got an option. I got all these girls who are sniffing around my house, and then they use that. Oh, girl, I got issues. I can't get close. I got issues. And then
all of us have options.
But they always like in some way it's options and issues.
People don't want to deal with who they have. So like you'll have someone and I was just literally talking about this last night. Like you'll have someone who has A, B, C, and then you're like, but he's missing D. And then as soon as you see someone who has D, you're like,
Only
bruh.
Come on, 80-20%.
But he only got D.
And you'll go right, and that's when they'll go to they want this like man-made like perfection.
Perfect,
and
already
it's not
made,
gonna happen.
You gotta mature.
You can get very, very close, and you can
cultivate.
like perfection doesn't exist, but I believe something can be perfect for you. If that makes sense. So like you don't like perfect, okay, but like because you make it work, and people don't want to make it work, especially gay people, in my opinion. Like men, they just don't. It's just like they have so many options, and like I said, you have A, B, and C, and you're missing D, and this person has D, and even though you have A, B, and C, they're missing D, so they're gonna go for D. They're gonna be like, but he doesn't have A, B, and C. They're gonna go somewhere else, trying to find A, B, C, D, all the way through fucking Z.
But you know, that goes against like when you're. I feel like us being very visual. So I love Italian food, but I can't eat it every day. It's got to be something about it that makes me want to stay with it. Like I'm going to talk to you more than just because you look cute, and more that I like our conversation. It has to be more than just one thing to keep us going. Because you're talking to somebody just because they're cute, you're going to get bored eventually. And somebody that might not be as sexy, you might find them attractive because they're different. We don't watch the same porn every day.
I know that's right. So if somebody ever approached y'all and said, I just want to have sex tonight, I don't want a relationship, is that okay?
No.
Yes.
At times.
Let's be honest. Right. It might come off, but you know what?
In moderation.
I think we should be honest with that, because I don't want to go through a whole 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months of text messages, calls, and all this shit just to find out that all you wanted was an ass. You could have said that from the beginning.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It sets the tone. If both of us are honest from the get-go, it helps things run smoother, a lot smoother. But if you're not honest at the beginning, and then, okay, so you're texting me, I told you I'm looking for a relationship, you said, oh, I'm looking for a relationship too. 3 months later, you're looking for some ass.
Right.
Then I'm gonna run away. Like, so if we can both be honest at the beginning, it saves us a lot of time and a lot of heartache and a lot of agony and all that bad stuff.
What about you, sir? You're very quiet like that.
I'm observant. That's in my nature. I'm Aries. And my thing is, if you can't fuck my mind, you can't fuck me. That's just how I am.
Okay.
You can't.
The kitchen is closed.
From an intellectual standpoint, man, you can't do nothing.
It's like the Durham Bernard.
Yeah, because the physical, all that's gonna come regardless. That's what I'm gonna be
So you're
attracted
saying
to.
that someone has to have a high IQ to
They don't have to have a high IQ, but they need to have something going on for themselves.
Okay.
I need, if I'm looking at somebody to be my potential mate or my potential partner, I want them to be my equal. I don't want them to be my 1/3, my one, whatever.
Come through.
So that's just how I feel.
But honestly, it's till death do us part, and I mean nobody stays 100% physically intact till death do us part.
Right.
So there has to be more than just the body
Right.
to hold it together for a long time.
That's why I listen to my mother. One thing she always said that always stuck with me is that love is never enough.
Ooh.
And as my boyfriend at the time first met my father, the first thing he told my boyfriend is that y'all friends first. Y'all friends. Because if you love somebody now, but you're bored one day and you can't chill with the person that you love, if you can't just go to the movies and just chill out hard with the person that you love, I don't believe that you're ever going to go any further than that. Like, right now, my husband is down in Orlando filming like a freaking game or whatever, but we were able to talk last night and just to see what's going on, and able to get off the phone, me knowing that he's securing his and I'm securing mine. So I think it's got to be more than love.
You mentioned he needs someone to be his equal. To me, that sounds like if we're the same, then I think we're both just going to remain the same. Although every day we do change as human beings, I would want someone that's like this with me, so I can learn from them and they can learn from me.
But being somebody's equal can mean that he wants more, like I want more too. So we might strive for more together.
Okay.
Or he may be on another level, but I love that we both want to be on other levels together.
Okay.
So that could be another way of looking at that.
Okay. How far would you compromise yourself to be in a relationship, to have that relationship stay together?
I compromise a lot. I feel like I have a lot of issues, a lot to deal with. So I'm willing to compromise a lot more than others, because I know dating me or being with me is like, it can be kind of hectic because I do a lot. Okay. It's very like, a lot of stuff I do is very time consuming. Like I have to do certain things at a certain time, and a lot of people can't understand that.
How much do we think, how long should we have to compromise ourselves to be in a relationship?
Compromise goes throughout the whole relationship, but it's all about the level. You have to make sure it's healthy. Because if you're the only one compromising, 100% sure it ain't no 50-50.
Compromise is always a losing situation, because I mean, like literally, like, that's a theory, that's a fact. It is, because there's compromise and there's collaboration. So collaboration means like you both are happy. When you compromise, you're not really happy, you're making the other person happy. So really collaboration is
interesting.
I disagree.
Okay, you said you disagree. Why is that? I like that's a nice spin on it. Okay,
It is a different spin. I do agree with that. But when it comes down to compromise, okay, something simple like snoring. Those are the things you're gonna have to live with.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if I can't live with you snoring beside me every night, that's a compromise that I'm just gonna have to try to get with. But the other thing is that he works really hard, and he doesn't mind that sometimes I sleep by myself in the bed.
And that's okay.
That's okay. Those are the kind of things that you have to look at. Like when it comes down to choosing stuff, I hate the fact that I have to choose wherever we're gonna eat, what we're gonna do when we get down to this vacation. I have to plan everything, but he knows that I'm really good at that. So it's just that give and take. There has to be give and take.
I see.
Especially to live with somebody.
Yes.
Then it's
What in 30 days?
You said what in 30 days?
Is that more than 30 days? I'm dead.
Okay, interesting. So what if somebody walked up to you, sir, and said, I don't like men that wear shades, so I'm gonna need you to stop wearing shades if you want to be in a relationship.
It's nice knowing you. Arrivederci.
Yeah.
You find what you're looking for, but it's
Right.
over here. Because I have an extensive shade collection.
Saying that. What if you find this here?
I think that's
Yeah, what if it's... Okay, go ahead now.
I would say I think that's when the line comes in, like when you don't have to change who you are.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I see a lot of people do that when they compromise.
That's the problem.
If they love interior design or love being a designer, and then they meet this guy, and the guy's like, well, you know, I really don't want you to pursue that. I don't want you to go into that direction. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying bye, forget all
It's
that.
not, I need someone who's gonna like really
I don't need you giving me
be
guys.
supportive and nurturing my mind. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I need. So if I'm doing something, you're saying, oh, I don't want you doing this. I mean, maybe if it's something negative, like, oh, I'm shooting up drugs. But I'm like, you know, in that way, like if you're not helping me, and like you need to see what I do and love it for me and love me for it.
Right, and when they don't do that, I feel like that gets into the realm of abuse and control. And I know that's like,
they're trying to build this little perfect Build-A-Bear man.
Yeah, it's like, no, this is who I am, no, accept it or not. They try to build you into something that they want you to be or who they see you as. It's like,
and they don't love you. They don't love you.
They don't love you.
They love you for who they want to make you.
Who they want to build you to be into.
So you agree?
Absolutely. If you have to change who you are and what you love for somebody else, no, you're supposed to love me and all that I love. You can't just not support what is inside of somebody else if you want to be with them. That's not sexy.
So let me ask y'all something, and I don't want to sound any sort of way, but I'm very particular when I see someone and I see the way that they look, and I'm attracted, and we talk and we converse and everything works out, and then 4 months later down the line he gets a tattoo on his face, and then 4 months later down the line he gets a big ass piercing in his hair and it's hanging and drooping. I wasn't attracted to that when I first saw you, and now you're doing way too much, so I don't know if we can continue this. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I think you can voice your opinion, but it's all about respect. So you can't tell me that, oh, you can't do that, because I'm a grown ass man. I mean, you can't tell me what I can and can't do. but you can say your opinion. You know, I really don't like when you do such and such. For instance, some people might smoke, and if they get with the smoker, they might say, I'm really not fond of you smoking.
Right.
So that just means don't smoke around me. You can do what you want to do when you're not around me, but don't smoke while you're in my presence. So I think that part is about compromising.
But that's where communication comes into play. If you're not going to communicate that, then you're either going to leave or you're just going to sit there and deal with it. And you know, it just defeats the purpose. So that's why you have to communicate so that you give yourself and the other person the option to make a decision on whether we want to continue this or we want to just end this right now and it's not going to work.
Yeah, because some people are sitting down mad.
Right.
Say, oh, I can't believe he did this. Can't believe when you never told him
Right.
what you believe or the things that you stand for, and then you see him doing the opposite. It's like you have to communicate.
Definitely. Is it?
It is, because I think about it a lot, actually. Because
Communicating.
no,
So the man
just
that you're
like the
with
whole-
right now, I don't know what he looks like.
You mentioned him
Wait a minute.
earlier. You mentioned him earlier, right?
So the man that you're with right now, what is his hair type?
Not even
He actually just
close.
cut his hair.
Okay. So it was long. Did he have dreads?
Well, he had dreads a while ago, but just recently he had like, you know, like get that smooth.
Okay.
He had that, and then he just recently cut it off.
Okay, so if he did something extreme like had a pink mohawk that went this high,
You gotta make sure you keep that job.
They gotta go that
I would probably look at
Your
him
boss
like,
don't care.
okay,
are you sure that's a good choice?
That'd be interesting.
okay.
I would be concerned, like, if you,
But it's your job.
just a little bit.
They're gonna be okay
Just
with
a
it.
tad.
People change, and I think that's kind of a part of unconditional love. I mean,
Come on,
because
Cynthia.
it's not. No, people, I mean, it's true.
But at
people
what
change.
rate? At what rate? I mean, come on now.
I
That's a lot.
feel like I can't.
So you're saying that's a lot. So a
That's
pink
a
mohawk
metamorphosis.
is a lot.
Okay, yeah, I mean, what are you going through exactly?
But how often do
But you should be,
big changes
you
like
should
that
be able
happen?
to be yourself, like completely.
Yes,
That's
but
true.
do you know what that is? I mean, I know we're all trying to figure that out, but come on now. I have a right here. Like, you're not even who I'm in.
Right, right.
Because
And
if
I,
you
right
want
to
to change
walk
every
away.
time.
I feel
And I'm
the
gonna
same.
All of our voices are deep in the first conversation.
Right. Why
Those
is
girls
that?
start
That's crazy.
getting in the
I hate that.
S's.
Yeah,
That's
I
just
feel like-
how it is. That's just how it is.
That's funny. All of our voices are deep in the first conversation.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
awesome.
shame. It's so embarrassing.
I feel like people should have the right to grow and change and grow into the crazy person that they are.
Yeah.
And they should have the right to do that. But then I feel like the other person in the relationship also should have the right to examine themselves and see if they want to be with this person who is changing into someone else. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. If someone, got with me and I started becoming someone else, maybe because that's truly who I was, and I was holding myself back, and they say, look, I can't take it. All right. I feel like it's healthier to be apart than be together with some boys and shit.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So if I'm a virgin, does that mean that I'm better than the rest of the people here?
No, it just means you haven't had sex yet.
That's all it means.
So no one here has a sex rule? Do we have a sex
You
rule?
like as far as like
Let's be
three
honest.
months?
3 months, 4 months, 5 months, we can't have sex until...
Let's be realistic. No.
So what's realistic for you?
Realistic.
24 hours.
At times.
I'm gonna wait for the
I mean-
alarm to go off.
It depends.
I mean, nobody wants to talk about it, but when we
You know
meet
that
somebody, the
name?
first thing that we want to
It's
know,
me.
or that we figure out, is their role. Are they on top or they're bottom? And we kind of, I mean, that's the only thing we want to know. So if you want to speed things up to find that out, I mean,
Interesting.
I know that some people do.
Okay, so you say you don't agree.
No, because for me, I'm the kind of person where it's like your sexual position isn't going to stop me from liking you. Like if I like truthfully, organically like you, your position isn't going to alter my feelings and my decision. So I really prefer not to know. I don't want to know your position. I don't want to know anything about your sexual
Really?
dead ass.
So you must be versatile.
No.
Oh,
Wow.
But it's just, it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't,
Figure that out.
but most likely it's not, you're probably not going to get to sex anyway. So it doesn't, that's another reason. So it doesn't really
We're
bother
not
me.
gonna have sex.
Most likely not.
He said most
Did
likely
you-
we probably wouldn't get to sex anyway. But that's extremely interesting because, I mean, I feel like he does. You definitely need to know where it's headed
Right.
or what's the possibility.
if we all
because
be real, then we know that's the first thing we want to know. Or the first thing that we try to
Yeah, we're together.
find an answer for our own selves. I mean, you know, why waste your time? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
But why is that wasting your time though? I hate that.
I mean, I get what you're saying because I
there are
mean,
so many more important things.
I'm just being real. I mean, yeah, there's the way that things should be, but then there's the way that things are. I'm just telling you about the way that things are.
What it is.
So you're gonna, here's the problem because you can miss out on somebody because you're so worried about their position.
Yeah, you can, and I feel like most people are willing to take that risk.
That's unfortunate.
In our community that we're talking about right now. It's just a risk that we take.
Interesting.
It is.
So, like, take a
Okay.
break.
So, do you feel like you shouldn't disclose sexual positions that early on, or think about having sex that early on? Do you like to wait?
That shouldn't be the first conversation.
Right.
That I really don't think the conversation necessarily has to be had. To be honest, if you walk up to me and you need to ask me that question, I feel like we really don't have much to talk about.
Right, you just want to fuck.
Exactly. So.
We all ultimately do though. Like, I mean, come on now.
Ultimately.
Y'all being very
Ultimately.
Yeah, so I mean, if we keeping it all the way real, I mean, that's the ultimate goal. I mean,
so when you first, so is it in the first conversation or are we?
It can be at times.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even feel like it should be any different than, you know, where you're from. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we ask questions all the time that are supposed to be okay. And that one, I think is okay.
Yeah, I don't even have to know what you look like. You know, you can be as big as a house or as small as a twig. We just
Well, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. Like I said, I feel that ultimately we're gonna have sex. I mean, that's one of the benefits of being in a relationship. And so at the end of the day, if we don't match well sexually, it's not gonna work. And
that's okay.
I'm grown and I already know what I like. I know how to do and all of that. So if we don't mix well, it's not gonna work. So if I spend 8 months with you and I don't have sex, and then we finally have sex and it is the worst sex ever, I'm not the type that's gonna want to teach you and groom you to do what I like to have done to me.
If you've been with somebody,
But how does that work though?
You should work.
If you invested that much time with somebody,
I mean, I think that's really what makes sex worth it. I mean, casual sex, I mean, personally, and whatever, it's not for me. It's just not. So, because there's really nothing, there's nothing to
So you've
it.
never had a jack? You've never had a grinder?
I've had a jack, but I don't use it for that. Like, I'm with my best friend on Grindr.
No one does. You didn't hear no one uses it for that.
I don't mind.
No one.
But the thing is, for people to be honest about what they do, they have to be this. And that's not everybody. You can be honest about yourself and not be this.
Is this really going on?
I'm just saying. Like you can. I mean, it is what it is. You can use it for whatever, but you don't. That doesn't have to be your truth. Your truth is your truth. Please own it. I'm gonna own mine. That's what it is. So yes, I've had a jack. I don't have a problem with saying it.
You still have a jack now?
I don't. If I did, I would.
Okay.
It's not a problem.
Right,
it's not a
right.
problem.
But you said you like to flirt though. You like to flirt?
Well, I wouldn't say that. What happens is, unfortunately, I'm a natural flirt. So like, if I'm talking, like if I'm like chatting, people are gonna think that I'm flirting, and then they're gonna give it back to me, and I'm gonna play with it. That's what that is.
That's having a check, though. Almost.
It may be.
In a sense, it can be.
But
if you flirt, that's what we do on Jack, flirt each other.
For me though, because I don't have a Facebook and I don't have a Twitter anymore.
You don't do anything.
No, I just have Instagram.
Really? Oh, I would love to see your
mysterious.
Instagram. Let me see what your Instagram looks like.
Sure. But it's, I mean, for me, because it's not, and I don't really go out that much either. So it's just, literally, it's just a way for me to connect with people, like connect with gay people. Because I don't, there's not really a lot of opportunities that I have to connect with gay people. So, like when I had it jacked, I've never had private pictures. I've never had naked pictures. And if that's you, that's perfectly fine. Trust me, I'm gonna look at them. Like that's not an issue. But that's just not me. And I'm gonna show my face. All 3 pictures are gonna be my face. Like that. I mean, because what am I hiding? I want to chat with you.
Makes sense.
So that's just.
I mean, showing it all out definitely ain't hiding. That's actually revealing. I mean, I get what you're saying.
I wish. I mean, I wish I had somebody to say
How do we feel about you being in a relationship? And I've noticed that some people be in relationships and they be half naked on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Unless you're getting paid, and you're getting a coin from like doing modeling and
Well, everyone does
physical training.
nowadays.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't. When I see people who are in a relationship that got taken, but bitch, I see your print and your drawings and stuff.
You said they got taken?
What about if
Like
they
they have
naked
taken,
pictures together? What about if they do naked pictures
That's still
together?
trifling to me. To me, it's too much. You want attention. Why do you need validation?
Well, how many people?
Well, I think everybody on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook want attention.
I do to get paid.
And
for
how
it.
many people are on
I don't do
Instagram,
shit for
Twitter,
free.
and Facebook?
Absolutely
I know
nothing.
that's right.
Absolutely. I give you a tease and give you the link. I am not And I feel like everybody wants to be a celebrity, everybody wants to be an Instagram model, everybody wants to, and it's just like, are you getting paid? If you're putting this stuff out, what are you getting back besides likes? Because you can't take this shit to Ace Cash Express or whatever bank he's supposed to have this week. So I'm being honest. Because I see it too much. I'm just like, why are you doing all of this? Because it's a shady queen that works with you that can screenshot your shit and get you fired.
Right.
It's like with the quickness.
Right.
So what are you putting on for? Are you getting a coin from it?
Okay.
No.
Interesting. Well, this has been very interesting. We have a little clash of the Titans over here on the side.
Right.
A little clash of the Titans. We're all here. But it's all love, right?
Yeah,
It's
we have
all
a love
love.
relationship.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
This is my make pretend boy.
It's mostly love though.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah. At times.
Interesting. So, starting with Justin and going back up the same way we did in the beginning, I want you to state your name again and state the tip of the day. Your tip of the day for you. Say it loud and proud.
My name is Justin J. And just stay the fuck out of my way.
Okay. Justin J. and stay the fuck out of his way. That's the tip of the day. Okay, sir?
My name is Cameron, and my tip of the day would have to be scared money don't make money.
Okay. All right.
My name's Corey. My tip of the day is suck soft and breathe deep.
Oh, suck soft and breathe deep. Breathe or breathe?
Yikes!
Oh, you see, where's your mind at, brother?
I mean, this is a connection TV.
You better stop.
Reading ground.
Okay, sir.
So, my name is Adrian or Adrian Expression, and my tip of the day is be your damn self and ignore the basic bitches.
All right. Basic bitches to the back. Shout out to T.S. Madison.
Yeah, to the back.
Yes, indeed.
Who y'all?
I'm Jennifer, and I think I still want to say love is never enough.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir?
I'm Tay, and I would say don't conform to what the world wants you to be. I guarantee you, if you be yourself, you do whatever you want to do, then somebody's going to like you. I mean, whether that has to do with professional life, personal life, whatever. So just be yourself.
Okay. Boss man.
I'm Terrebio Wesley. If you plant fuck you seeds, you get fucked to flowers.
Yeah!
Oh,
There you go.
interesting.
That's my mantra.
Interesting.
I'm G Mar. My tip of the day is live life like you're dying.
Live life like you're dying. Okay. Nice. Mr. Man here.
My name is Warren Marco, and my tip of the day is life is not a rehearsal. That's my tip of the day.
Okay. Sir.
Hey, I am Casey. My tip of the day is just because you wrote it don't mean I have to read it. Or that I want to. Tip of the day.
My name is Joe, and I'll say communication is key. I've seen it work with my parents. They've been married over 30-some years. Communication. Talk to your man.
Talk to him.
Talk to him.
Talk to him.
Talk to him.
Okay. And once again, my name is Wes, and my tip of the day is know what you want.
Amen.
Yes.
And be able to express that.
Yes.
That's my tip of the day. Thank you guys for watching Culture Club. Thank you guys for being a part of this. I really do appreciate it. Before y'all get up, I'm gonna take a I'm gonna take a picture, post it on Instagram, and tag everybody's Instagram.
Girl, this house is everything. I love it. Breathe Network must be making money now.